guys, it's Jessica from Pieces of Books, and today I'm here to start a new reading vlog that I am so excited for because I have been in a very specific reading mood lately, which is dark romance, mafia, fantasy. And that's very different than what I've done the past couple years when I was really into like romantic suspense, small town, hockey, sports. I don't want any of that. I want dark, I want mafia, I want fantasy. So I've been reading a dark fantasy right now, and I've just been scrolling TikTok because I'm trying to work a lot of my TikTok content. I just want to put more focus, energy, and creativity onto that platform. So I've been like scrolling a lot too. And the way these three dark romances have been on my radar, TBR, ever since I saw so many people talking about them. So I am reading super hyped dark romances from TikTok. And I specifically saw this reel from Larry, which I will show. And then I know Mariana talked about it. I know Mary Life, who is one of my other favorite, Wrath for Life, but her name's Mary Life. She is a TikToker that I'm obsessed with and has the best dark romance recommendations. And they all love Insatiable by Lee Rivers, and I have seen everybody and their mother talking about this book on TikTok, and I'm like, I need to read it. So I love to do reading vlogs on here too. It's my goal to do more reading vlogs and longer reading vlogs on YouTube. So I was like, let's just make it a vlog. We're just gonna do it. So I'm not gonna tell you the other two books just yet. They're probably in my thumbnail, so you can probably see them. However, I am obsessed with the idea of this book, especially that TikTok from Larry. I was just like, yes, please. So I'm gonna be reading this. I have no idea what this is about. When I say everybody talks about it, I just know they love it. I don't know a single thing about the plot of this book. I do know it's a trilogy. So all three of these books I'm reading for this vlog are first books in a series, but I'm reading them anyways, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna be reading this book. I've already downloaded it to my Kindle. We're gonna read this together and see if it's good, and just be more excited about being in my dark romance era right now because that's all I want to read. So we're gonna get reading. I do go out of town this weekend, so I don't know how long this vlog's gonna take me, but I'm excited. This is all I can think about right now. I've just been really excited. I'm listening to a Sadie Kincaid mafia romance. I'm reading a dark romantasy. Like, I want all the dark. So we're gonna mood read and read what I want to read, which I'm excited for. So let me know your favorite dark romances in the comments before we get started, and which ones I haven't read yet that I have to, because I would love some recs. But we're gonna get reading. Cannot wait, and I will link everybody I've talked about in the comments down below so you can follow them too because they're the best. Hello everybody. This is my first check-in on this vlog. I actually filmed that intro like 2 weeks ago, and then I went out of town for a weekend, was reading a fantasy romance, and then did an entire other vlog. So now we are back. I have been so excited to do this vlog because I'm so in the mood for dark romances, especially the one I started. So I started Insatiable first. This vlog might be reading that whole series and then moving on because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stop at book 1. I'm almost 20% in and I'm obsessed. And I was talking to Tori the other day and she actually was like, I literally just downloaded that because of a TikTok I saw. And I was like, oh, well, I'm doing it for my video and I'm super excited. She's read the entirety of book 1 and she's already halfway through book 2. And she started yesterday and I'm like, slow down, because this morning I had to read my Historical Hellions book club book because we had our live show today. So I've only gotten to read for like not even an hour, but I'm 20% in, almost. I'm like 17% in. It's so good. So she had a thing with her best friend's brother, who is the son of a serial killer who's like in a mental hospital now, and he now hates her. So this was like 2 years ago that they hooked up. We don't know what happened. We don't know why they broke up. We don't know anything. He is the unhinged hero. He is one, I think, he's so obsessed with her. Like, you learn from like 4% in, you can guess that he is taking out any guy she sleeps with. Any guy she hooks up with, she's like, yeah, he just like disappeared and I never heard from him again. And then like they allude to like some other guy being found like beaten to a bloody pulp, and he had like it looked like he beat someone up, and you're like, it's definitely the guy she just hooked up with last night. Like, he claims to hate her because of whatever happened to them 2 years ago, but you know he's touching anyone that touches her, taking him out. And she actually has like a super scary abusive stepbrother, like in a bad way, not like in a romantic hero way, if that makes sense, if there's even like a distinction between that. But he is like really bad, and I'm just waiting for this guy to learn about him and go off on him, and I cannot wait for that to happen. So it's super interesting so far. Like, I am really into it. Like, the writing's really easy to read. I feel like I'm flying through this, and it's unhinged enough that I'm like, this is it. This is great. I love it. So I'm intrigued to see what happens next. I'm nervous about cliffhangers though, because I'm assuming book one's on a cliffhanger because the trilogy, I didn't know if it like followed different characters or it was the same characters, and I'm pretty sure it follows the same characters. That's why I think I'm gonna end up binging the whole series, but it is so good. So I'm gonna keep on reading and try to get as far as I can today. I'm gonna work out tomorrow, and I think I'm toying around with running 5 miles tomorrow. So I run like 3 miles every day, and lately I've been running 4 miles every day just because I can. And I used to run 4 miles every day like religiously in college, and then like I just started doing 3 miles because that's like around a 30-minute workout. I'll like run and then walk the rest of the time until I reach 30. And now I'm like, well, can I still, because I used to run half marathons, and I haven't run that much in a very long time, because when I was running half marathons, I'm very competitive and I would run too fast. So I've run 3 half marathons. The one I passed out when I finished, and one I passed out on mile 9 because I was on par to do like a 140 a 140 time, and my previous time was like 2 hours. So I was running way too fast, and now I'm like, that'd be fun to run like a Disney half marathon or just any other half marathon. Force myself to stay at like a 9-minute mile pace, like just like take it chill. But I don't know if it would be bad if I tried to run one. But I'm like, I used to be able to run 13 miles, and I used to be able to run like a 6 mile. I used to like love my long run days when I was in college. It was just so fun for me, and I just like loved the feeling of running. And now I don't love the feeling. I love the feeling after, and I'm like, I don't know how many years it's been since I've run 5 miles, and I ran 4 yesterday. I've been running 4 miles like every day now. So I was like, what if I ran 5? What if I just tacked on an extra mile? And like, if I have a really good book, it's not gonna actually be that hard. So maybe that I'm telling you I have to run 5 miles. We'll see. But that's just what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and then I have no other plans. I should film another video just to get ahead, since I'm gonna be out of town, not next weekend but the weekend after. No, not even the weekend after. The weekend after that. So I don't know, and maybe I don't have to get super ahead on videos. I could, but I don't have to. I've already filmed whatever I needed to film for the week, because this vlog is hopefully gonna go up Friday or Saturday, but we'll see. But I'm reading this, and maybe I'll start Hollow Boys tomorrow if I feel like crocheting. But I don't know what I feel like doing tomorrow. Tomorrow I have 0 plans, just to read. And we just got in a table, like one of those couch tables that you can like slide under the couch, and the tables are kind of over the couch, because the way our like living room is situated, we don't have like a side table on one side of the couch, and it's like annoying. Like if I want my tea in the morning, I have this like pillow cup holder, but with the dogs I get nervous. So that came and I built it. It was a little wonky to build because like something didn't line up perfectly, but I finally got it to line up, so I'm excited to read with that tomorrow. So, oh my gosh, and I can set my camera on it too. That's gonna be so nice, because I dropped my camera a couple weeks ago and a screw came out of the back, so my viewfinder is hanging on by 1 screw now. So it's like a super tiny screw though, so I have no idea where it went in my family room. So no more camera falling, which is great, but that's all I have. I'm gonna go read. I've rambled enough, and update you once I've read more, because I'm so excited too. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. I'm here with Miss Lily. I'm here with my Kindle. I actually did run 5 miles this morning. I'm glad I told you guys, because I was like, I can't go back to the camera and tell them I didn't. So I ran 5 miles. I am already at 50% in my book. Sorry, that is the dishwasher going off. Anyways, the dishwasher finally stopped making that noise. I'm 50% in. I'm so obsessed with this book. I honestly think it's gonna be a 5-star read, because he is so damaged, and he's in such a hard spot that he has this like whole secret life of being basically like an assassin, and it's so good. But he works for some like really bad people that definitely take advantage of him, but nobody knows. Like, he does not tell anybody, and I feel like he's gonna tell Stacy at some point, the heroine, and I'm so excited. We also get a lot of the flashbacks to when they were falling in love. So like when they were in high school, they had a thing. Like they were super into each other, like madly in love, even though he kind of bullied her because he was into her because it was his sister's best friend, whatever. And now it's been 2 years, so they're both like 20, 22, I don't remember how old they are, and I think they were 18 before, I don't remember, I think they're 20, and he's supposed to be like in college, but he's really like this mercenary guy going and beheading people. And I don't even know what she's doing, she dances, and it's like kind of still feels very like high schooly because they just like hang out a lot and like go to parties and stuff. But right now they're going to America, and he's like doing jobs and like finally kind of showing her, he has to like take her on some things, and like he's very touch her and die, and I love his character so much. I'm waiting for things to happen with her stepbrother. Like I really want him to just like take him out, but the romance is so good because there's so much tension between them because they've been together before and they really liked each other. It's really sad though because I think like something happened that was out of her control, that he thinks like she was cheating and she wasn't, and they've never like addressed it. He just like blocked her and like hates her now. Like we have a lot to explore. 50% in, loving it, and I'm probably gonna finish soon, and then I will jump into the next book. I can't not, so I will be reading. And it is like 2:30, 2:48 actually. It's almost 3 o'clock on Sunday. I did finish. I started it yesterday, read a ton today, and already downloaded book 2 because I'm gonna read that next. I did take a break to edit a video, but now I'm back and gonna sit on the couch with my puppies. Goal is to finish the entire book 2 today because that was so good in the ending. The way the hero is literally so obsessed with the heroine. Like he wants to hate her so badly, and those are my favorite kind of romances where they have like good reason to hate each other. And this one is more because of miscommunication, but I'll get into that in a second. But he is like determined to hate her, but he can't. And like the last line, I was just like he will literally burn the world for her and sacrifice himself for her, no question. I loved the action in here. Like it's very mafia-esque because he's like kind of an assassin and like works with bad people, and that really comes into play in the end, and it's so good. And so I know a lot of people probably complain about the miscommunication in here because both of them literally just like have to tell each other the truth about like what they're going through and what's happening, and like he thinks that she cheated on him and she didn't, but she doesn't know how to tell him. It's deeply rooted in their trauma that they have, so it completely makes sense why they can't even open up to the people the closest to them because they are so traumatized over what is literally continuously happening to both of them. So it is just so heartbreaking. They are literal soulmates. We get a lot of flashbacks to when they first got together like 2 years ago and completely fell in love, and then now, and I love the flashbacks. I love the second chance of this romance, and the ending, I was just like, I need book 2 now. So I've already downloaded it, I'm gonna read it, and 5 stars. Like this book was so good, and I just love an unhinged hero who will stop at nothing for the heroine. Not to get her, because he does not want to get back together with her, but they can't stay away from each other, and he doesn't want anybody else to have her. He's like, nobody can touch her, and I love that so much. So definitely an unhinged but very traumatized hero. Please know that this is a dark romance, dark unhinged things happen in here, but I loved it. So already downloaded book 2, super excited to read it. I see why this is getting so much hype. It is so good, so I'm very excited. Well, we went from reading 3 books to 5 books in this vlog, but that's okay. 1 book down, 4 to go. I can't wait. Hello everybody, it is 5:45. I've been literally just like reading all day. I am on the couch with Lily. If you hear her, that's her licking my hand. Just had dinner, and my sister's about to make cookies. We're gonna watch an episode of Night Agent, and then I'll go back to reading. But I'm 40% in. I'm not loving the second book as much as the first one. This one's definitely a book where they're apart for a lot of it, and it's too many flashbacks in my opinion. Like, you know, things that happened, and she's kind of like filling in the gaps, but like I'm like, can we like pick up the pace a little bit? It's just a very slow first half after like the craziness of the first book. So I would like a little less flashbacks in this one. I would like them to be around each other a little bit more because like circumstances are keeping them apart from each other. And yeah, that's really it. It's definitely way darker in this one for both of them because they both get into situations now where they're dealing with some really bad things, and that's what's like really keeping them apart from each other. So I'm intrigued to see like what of the plot is going to continue to keep them apart to have to go into a third book. I usually never read series this fast back to back to back, so I'm like really aware of the pacing of the series. So I still love their relationship. He is so broken now though, so I'm interested to see how he's gonna come out of what happened to him, because I feel like she has a really good support system and he has nothing and he needs her. So that is the update for the reading over here. So Miss Lily wants to keep on looking at me, but I've just been reading all day. So I'll continue to read. I would love to finish book 3 today as well, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Hello, happy Monday. It is already 3 o'clock. The day has gone by so fast. I have so much that I'm doing, but I have a lot of reading updates for you. Work has been very busy, like I said. So I have listened to a little bit of my audiobook because I've been doing stuff where I have to like go through spreadsheets and like copy and paste to just check things. So that's when I'm able to listen to an audiobook. If I was doing anything else that required any sort of like reading or thinking, I cannot listen to an audiobook. So today is a very rare day when I could listen to an audiobook while working. So I did start a new book and I finished a book. So I read book 2. It's Insatiable, Voracious, and something else, and I don't remember the order they go in, but I finished book 2 of the Edge of Darkness series by Lee Rivers. I don't love that one, so I think it's like a 4-star though, because there were so many flashbacks. I just actually talked to Tori. We usually FaceTime at least once a day while we're working, and she read the whole series this weekend, and I was like, I'm shocked that you love the series because there's so many flashbacks, and she doesn't like flashbacks. That's usually her main complaint of Second Chance. And I love them in the first book because I feel like they really did a good job of showing their relationship and how it started and why they have so much angst towards one another now. But book 2 had way more flashbacks, way longer flashbacks, and gave us flashbacks of content we were told about in book 1. So I felt like it was a little unnecessary for how many flashbacks we got because we know that they happen. It just kind of showed us like the emotional turmoil they went through during those specific scenes, but I didn't need to see them, especially because there was a lot of scenes also that weren't the emotional scenes. They were just kind of like the time between, just I'm happy, or like you knew she was hiding something but like they were acting happy, and I was like, I know this happened and I don't need to be shown this because we've already seen it in book 1. So that's my main gripe with book 2. It was still such a fast-paced, action-packed romance, and I'm obsessed with these characters and obsessed with them falling back in love. And it's really hard though because like they both just need to tell everybody what's happening, but they can't. So the whole series would just not exist if she was just upfront with people about what was happening. However, you do figure out why she doesn't, and I feel like it's a very strong reason why she doesn't tell people, because stuff happens. I don't want to spoil why, but book 2 delves into why she will just not tell people about her situation that she's dealing with, and he can't either. Sorry, I was waiting on an answer from someone and they finally texted me, but to order books for a book signing. So this is my first time doing it and I'm a little nervous for one of the authors that I work for because I've never done this before, and I'm like, it's fine. 4 stars for that one. I started book 3 this morning because I finished like the last like 8% on my run this morning and then started like 2% of the next book. Starts right where we left off. Super action packed. Fun things are gonna happen, I feel, and I'm very excited. It's very dark still. Like, no, this is a super dark romance. These characters are put through hell and back because of horrible people, and then it's super interesting because like there's horrible people that don't seem as bad as the really horrible people, so you're kind of like, oh, but can you help a little bit? And you're just like, wait a second, what? So yeah, that is where that book is. But I did start Hollow Boys by Monty J. For some reason the setup felt like it should have been a Why Choose romance, but I've been reading a lot of Academy Why Choose romances and I'm like, wait, they're not all gonna be together. So it's very interesting because I feel like a lot of dark romance, kind of going back to like the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas, are all just like rich boys who are angsty and that's what this feels like. So he is like very notorious. He's actually the son of a serial killer, which is very interesting because that's what the Edge of the Darkness book is too. Her father had stolen from people and went to prison, so she feels like coming to this new university, college, even though they call, I don't know, I was very confused if it was a high school or a college the way they called it, but I think it's a college, and she kind of like gets a fresh start. Obviously she sees a guy at a party, and the parties are kind of annoying to me in these kind of romances because there was a party in book 2 of the Lee Rivers book and I was like, there are literal psychopaths out to kill you. Like, why are we spending time throwing a party? Like, aren't you worried someone's gonna break into your house and just like take you out? Anyways, in this Hollow Boys book, there's a party, she sees the hero and she's like not scared of him. And he's like, oh my gosh, who is this girl not scared of me? And they have like a notorious reputation around campus. So one of their longtime girlfriends showed up dead and they're trying to figure out how she died. And they say it's an overdose, but they're like, there's no way that she died of an overdose. So they're trying to figure out like why she died. And they're like dead set on doing that. And he just like sees her and wants her. And that's the plot so far. He likes the chase, and that's really all that's happening. I'm only 3 hours in. Not too much is going on, but there was a party. Yeah. So that is my update on my reading so far. We'll see. I mean, I don't hate it. It has really bad reviews on Goodreads. It has a 3.6 average, which I didn't know was that low, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and I will listen to more and hopefully read the rest of my Lee Rivers book and talk to you later. I have an exciting package that I'm really excited for, so we're gonna open it and try it on together. First, this is like my absolute favorite sweatshirt. It's so oversized. I think it's from, oh my gosh, where's it from? I got it as a gift. It's like the comfiest, coziest sweatshirt I own. However, I get TikTok ads a lot. So I am easily swayed by TikTok. And as soon as I clicked on this once, I got like every other video was an ad for these, and I'm so excited. And they kept on getting on a good sale too. However, I like things like oversized, so I always get a large and stuff. And I feel like if I ever decide to size down, I'm like, oh my god, I hate this, because then it like just fits. So I got a large. I usually wear large sweatpants, but these look so big. Just because I got a bit of a booty and thighs going on, so I always do a large pant just to have room. But oh my god, these are so cozy. Oh my gosh. So I got the color berry, and actually if you order on their website, you can order like ship in May. I don't know why, but like if you place the order, I forget what it's called, because I was looking on their website and on TikTok to see what was cheaper. If I had placed it so I could get it in May, it would have been $50 for the pants and the top. And I was like, what? But I didn't want to order it in a couple different colors and not like how the size fit, so I did not do that. I ordered from TikTok Shop, so it ended up being like $75, which is really not bad if you think about how expensive sweatshirts and stuff are. So all the things said they were super oversized, but I feel like that's what I want. So we're gonna try this on and we're gonna see how it looks and if I love it. And if I do love it, I'm gonna wear it in my next vlog because I want to lounge in these all weekend. Okay. I feel like you can't see my whole body, but like I love it. I feel like it's amazing. I could have probably gone down a size in the sweatshirt, but like honestly not. I don't think so, because like the waistband feels snug. It's just these sleeves are so long. Like this is my finger. The sleeves are so long, but like other than that, and I think like the legs are a little long, but like they fit perfectly. And I feel like I wouldn't have liked how snug if I got a size smaller in the pants. So we have my matching berry sweatsuit. I don't know if I would like it in like a light pink. It's so cute. That's how my day's ending. I actually kind of had a really stressful end to my day ordering books for things, because like there's a lot that goes into it and we got to reconfigure for the future sightings of something. So that was a very stressful end to my day. I was trying to finish all of my taxes because I want to give it to my accountant on Wednesday. I use the same accountant as my parents, so I was going to give it to my dad when I see him Wednesday to mail to the accountant together, which is like everybody's stuff. And my printer ran out of ink. In the middle of me printing off all these forms I've gotten in the mail and like email, and I'm just like, I was like in the zone ready to get it all done today. Because if you don't know, being self-employed, taxes are so stressful and there's so much you have to keep track of. I'm pretty good at like tracking things month to month, so I'm not like super overwhelmed at the end of the year, but there's still like a lot I have to like put together. So I just want to get it done today and I couldn't. So, okay, that's all. I'm gonna go watch some Night Agent with my sister and then I'll read more and update you. I am here with Miss Gigi. This is one of my parents' puppies. This is a very weird angle, but she has her anxiety meds right now, so she's just a little precious puppy. I don't know if you've ever had a dog take anxiety meds, but it super mellows them out and they're just like kind of zoned out. So she is over because my mom's going out of town and my dad works a normal job and I work from home, and so we usually watch them if my mom's ever like on a trip. They don't want to leave them home for like 9 hours a day, so Bailey just left me, their other puppy, who's like a lot smaller. But Gigi, all have our dogs from shelters, and I like to joke that we have our dogs with the side of trauma. So Lily has trauma. Darcy's really the only one who doesn't have trauma. She's just like has no care in the world. She could care less about anything, except for food. Do not stand between Darcy and her food. That's the only thing that sets her off sometimes. But Gigi, precious Gigi, any noise. She doesn't like storms. It used to be just lightning and it kind of morphed into like storms in general, even if there's no thunder and lightning. So, and fireworks, oh, very bad for her. So they have anxiety meds for her whenever like that occurs. So there was a storm like midday today, so they gave her some. They came over and I was like, Gigi's not like super excited like she normally is. Like she loves coming over. Like, is she okay? My mom's like, oh, she's fine. What are you talking about? I was like, like she's not excited. She's like, oh yeah, we gave her some meds. I was like, okay. So she's just like super sleepy and cuddly, and I'm just trying to give her all the love I can. But hi, it is Wednesday. I am 75% of the way through the third book, Voracious, I think. Is it Voracious? No. Whichever one book 3 is, and I'm liking it, but I think it's on par with book 2 where it's a 4-star, because I feel like we started off so high in the plot and then it kind of like slowed down, went a little bit up, and now it's like slow down from here. Like it just feels very much like an ending book, and it's just kind of being dragged out of like, this is how we're gonna get over everything and like heal and move on. And I was like, okay, but like I don't need like 40% of a book of like moving on. I want like still like climaxy exciting plot, and that's not really happening. It's sweet, I'm just not a let's kind of like roll to the end kind of reader. I always say this in my vlogs, but I don't like epilogues. I don't read them, and if it feels too epilogue-y, like I honestly just want to like stop reading the book. And not like DNF, but like I'm good with the story. So right now it's like they're just spending a lot of time together trying to heal and like figure out what the future is going to be and like how it's going to finally happen. I feel like there's like a final big takedown still left, but like most of this book is just kind of like a steady decline in the kind of like slowing down of the plot. I don't know how to describe it. Think of it like a, you know, like those mountain graphs you do when you're plotting. It's just kind of like went up, down, a little bit up, and then all the way down now of just like slowing the pace. So I still love these characters. I think that Tobias is supposed to get the next book, which I'm so excited. I still don't know what's happened to him though, so I don't know if it's going to be like a flashback or after this book takes place. Like I have no idea what the plot of that book's going to be. Tobias is his father, who's a serial killer, and he's like actually like mentally unstable. But yeah, that's just where we're at with this one. So definitely unhinged things happening, like torturing people. There's a lot of unhinged things happening. I'm not mad about it though, so I am excited to read more. I'm really hoping to finish tonight because I want to get this vlog up by Saturday, so we'll see if that happens. But I have this, and then I still have to finish Hollow Boys. I didn't read any of it today. Listen, I've been watching The Traitors because I'm a huge Survivor fan, okay? I've literally been watching Survivor since season 1. Since I was a child. I like remember it being on, like being young, and like just like vividly remember different scenarios of Survivor. Took a break for a while. Like I don't think I watched any in college or like early 20s, but my sister and I have been watching again, and Boston Rob is one of my like all-time favorite. Wait, no, is Parvati in it? I feel like I swear I remember Parvati being on it. Does she come in? She must come in. So I love Boston Rob. Love him. Remember his seasons. I literally was watching him in Amber's season when it was happening. I was like, oh my gosh, like I keep on seeing these things for Traitors. And then Samantha, Books with Samantha, was watching it and got into Survivor because of Traitors. So my Patreon, we were chatting yesterday about like what we were watching, and someone said they're obsessed with Traitors. So I love a good reality TV show. I watched 5 episodes today while I was working. For context, every episode's an hour long. I watched 5 hours of TV while I was working. I have a really not nice headache now because I don't like to watch that much TV in a day, but oh my god, it was so addicting. Like super crush on Dylan Efron now. I have loved Zac Efron since middle school, High School Musical. Vividly remember every single commercial for High School Musical leading up to the premiere of High School Musical 1. I remember it being New Year's Eve and they were like hosting all the New Year's Eve stuff on Disney Channel. I love Zac Efron. Hairspray Zac Efron, Greatest Showman Zac Efron, Charlie St. Cloud Zac Efron, like any movie he's been in, 17 again, like I'm obsessed with Zac Efron. Have been since I was like 12. And Dylan Efron is adorable. First of all, he sounds like Zac Efron. Love their voice. Second of all, he's so good at the show. And so I'm just like, Dylan is like a master at traders, and he's just like kind of slowly like watching everything, and he's so spot on, and it's so good. It is so good. And he's kind of becoming friends with Boston Rob too, which I think is so cute, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And someone insulted Zach's acting ability on that show, and I started yelling at my iPad. Like, my sister was downstairs and I was like, this did not just happen. And then someone addressed it. They're like, Dylan, your brother's a good actor. And I was like, thank you for defending Zach, because that was totally uncalled for. Oh my god, because he's like, I grew up with a lot of actors, like I know what acting looks like, and you look like you're acting. I think you're the traitor. And the person was like, yeah, not good actors. And I was like, excuse me, sir. We did not just insult the great Zac Efron. I was very mad. But then someone else said, don't worry, your brother's a good actor. It's just my life right now. I don't know how many episodes are in a season, but oh my god, am I even like caught up? I don't even know if all the episodes are out. Like, I don't know how that works, so I'll probably go back and watch other ones. But long story short, that's why I have not listened to any more of my audiobook. I'm gonna finish that by Friday, but I have like 5 hours left of the audio, and I listen at 3 times speed, so I should be good. But yeah, we are just here chilling, me and Gigi, if Bailey comes back, and I'm just gonna read. So finish this book and then start my Rena Kent, and hopefully finish that within 2 days. You know, we'll see. Good morning, everybody. I am in my new comfort outfit because it is currently Saturday already. I don't know the last time I talked to you. It is 10 a.m. I did run 6 miles this morning, which felt so good. And I read, oh, sun's going away, so sorry about that. I did read some of God of Malice. I have a lot of reading updates for you. I did not feel the best. I don't remember the last time I talked to you, but I didn't feel really well Thursday. Finally felt better on Friday, but I've been binging the traders, so that's what I've been doing lately. But oh my gosh, so much to update you on. I did finish 2 books since I last talked to you, and I'm in the middle of God of Malice, which is my last book for this vlog, which I really want to finish today. But I will like kind of get hyper fixated on things if you haven't noticed. So I'll get hobbies, and then I'll just like see all the things about them and research them and get into them, and so I never really like get out of them. Thing I haven't gotten super back into, more just because of time, is coloring. I was like super into that in the fall, and I would love to like continue coloring. I just got into crocheting again, so it's like I can only have so many hobbies to do at once, especially if I'm listening to an audiobook. But right now I'm on running TikTok, and if you didn't know, I used to run a lot when I was in college. I don't remember how much I told you last week. So I ran 5 miles last week, so I was like, oh, I wonder, oh, the sun's coming back, so sorry. I was like, oh, I wonder if I could still run like long distances, because like I run 3 miles all the time, and I started running 4 miles a lot. And so I ran 5 miles last week, and then this week I was like, you know what, I just want to run 6 miles for fun. So I ran 6 miles this morning on the treadmill. Totally easy, fine, felt great. So I don't know if I want to run a half marathon or not, but my issue is the half marathon that I really want to run is the one in Columbus in the spring, and that's in April. If you don't know, it's March, so it's pretty soon, but it's like far enough away that I would actually be able to train for it, because I can already run 6 miles no problem. So I have to think about it. But I did order a Garmin watch, which I'm so excited for. It's coming today. I was between the Garmin Venue and the Garmin Forerunner, and I ended up going with the Forerunner, even though the Venue was on sale. So the Venue was originally like $500, I think it was on sale for $400, and the Forerunner's $450. Very, very expensive investment. However, I did have a running watch, a Garmin one, when I was in college. Best thing ever as a runner. And my Apple Watch I just hate. I don't use my Apple Watch for anything except for to track my running, and it's never accurate. And I would love to have like a sleep tracker. I'd love to have in-depth more of my heart rate, because like when I ran my half marathon where I passed out when I was like early 20s, I actually had to go to a doctor to see if like something was wrong, and I had to get an echocardio test done, like running on the treadmill while they're like testing my heart, because the EKG like showed something abnormal. Everything turned out fine, but like I'd just like to know. So that's coming today. It's pink. It's so pretty. I'm so excited to have that to replace this. And this is just old, so I'm excited. And people, I asked on Instagram and everyone's like, oh, mine lasted like 5 years. It's amazing. So I'm very, very excited. Oh, I do have to order a screen cover for that though, because people said it gets scratched easily. But anyways, that was my running this morning. But I did end up finishing Hollow Boys, and well, what do I talk about? Okay, I'll talk about Restitution first. So I finished Restitution, book 3 in the Edge of Darkness series, and I'm giving that 4 stars still. I feel like the end wrapped up their story very well, but it just felt very like kind of slow, like kind of epilogue-y. Like this is how we're gonna get through what happened. And while I like the characters personally as a reader, I just don't care. So like most of the book felt that way, with a few pockets of like intense suspense happening of like how they're gonna get out of the situation. But overall, I think the series was really great as a whole. I loved their romance and like the tension between them and how much they loved each other, and they're just basically like soulmates with one another. So overall, a 4-star series. Book 1, 5 stars. Loved it. So intense, so action-packed, never a dull moment. 2 and 3, 2 had too many flashbacks for me in their past, even though I'm someone who loves flashbacks. And book 3 was just a little bit too, okay, how are we gonna figure out how to live after this? Because I'm like, I don't really care. I don't care about figuring out the aftermath. I just care about the in the now, and then knowing if you're happy, like having your HEA. So it definitely is very brutal, very dark. A lot of like torture scenes in this last book. So there was only one where I was really like, ooh, like I'm pretty good with like gore and stuff, but I was like, oh, that's harsh. So know that before picking up the series. Overall 4-star read though. I see why everyone's obsessed with it. Highly recommend. Really enjoyed this one. I finished Hollow Boys, and this one by Monty J. I think it's The Lies We Tell. I just keep on calling Hollow Boys. The Lies We Steal, book 1. I'm giving this 3 stars, and I do think I started with Monty J's least popular one, but it's the first book in the series, so it has a 3.6 average rating, which is not that great. But all the rest of the books in the series have super high ratings. So even book 2 is a 4.17, and then book 3 is 4.09, 4.194. So like all the other books in the series have like on average way higher rating. This one just felt like it kind of was like kind of like Corrupt, where it was just like rich boys running around wreaking havoc. The romance never felt, I don't know how I want to explain this. First, like there wasn't a ton of chemistry between them that I was like dying for them to get together. Like with the Edge of Darkness series, I was like, oh, I feel their intense need to be together. This one, I'm like, oh, they're just like interested. Like she saw them taking someone out, and he decided he was interested in her, and it just kind of goes from there. The plot's not really there. There's not a lot happening aside from the fact that they're trying to figure out who murdered this guy's girlfriend, and they're just like kind of like going around, and I was like, that's really it. Like there's nothing super engaging about this. The characters didn't feel like, even the heroine, I'm like, I don't even still know a lot about you. I feel like I didn't really like feel like they were full-fleshed characters. They were just kind of there. And even the end, like I just finished the last hour this morning, and I was like, oh, it was kind of felt epilogue-y in that last hour, and I was just like, like it's fine. It was just fine. Like nothing bad, but nothing like super good and addicting. So 3 stars for this one. I expected more, and I feel like I'm gonna like more. I really want to read Wrath of an Exile. I feel like I'll really like that one, and I'm intrigued to read the other ones. I also didn't love the heroine's narrator. I've listened to this narrator before, and I don't love her male voices that much, so that also kind of took me out. So 3 stars. So I finished 4 books already. I wanted to get this vlog up today, but I wasn't feeling well a little bit during this week, so it got pushed back. But I'm gonna finish God of Malice today. It's 10:20. I'm gonna pop myself on the couch. I just finished uploading my podcast episode with Tori. I wanted to get that done before we went on the couch and read all day. I'm trying to be better at drinking water, so I have this whole thing filled up. If you didn't know, I usually don't even drink any water in the day, which is so bad. I usually have milk with my cereal in the morning, I have a Diet Coke at lunch, and then I have an ice drink at night, and that's all I drink, like sparkling ice drink. So I'm gonna try to drink this entire thing, and then I'm gonna try to drink an entire liquid IV. I usually have their sugar-free sherbet, and I'm gonna try to see if that like makes me feel better, because I don't drink water. And it's so bad, and I know it's so bad, and I've been meaning to get better at it for like literally a decade, and I don't. So I do like really, really, really cold drinks though. So I have this And I love my Brewmate. I just love it so much because it doesn't really like spill, and it's way better than a Stanley. Even though I have like 5 Stanleys and this is my only Brewmate, I'm not letting myself buy another one because I only use water in this. But yeah, drinking this whole entire thing and just reading today. That's the goal. It's Saturday. I do have some work stuff to get done, so I'm going to start a new vlog tomorrow and probably see if I can do an audiobook for that and get stuff done because I just need to, I don't need to work more hours, but I just have too much to do. So there's stuff I have to do. There's always stuff I have to do, and I don't love working on the weekends, but I just need to get some stuff done. And I just need to film tomorrow, so I'm going to do another video tomorrow. I'm going to do a book haul, I think, and yeah. That's everything. Okay, I've been talking too much. I'm gonna go and read and update you on God of Malice. Oh my gosh, I haven't even talked to you about God of Malice. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely, she's super into him. Like, she knows she should be scared of him, especially after like that first scene, but she really likes him, even though she doesn't, if that makes sense. It's more like, I know I should hate you, but like I'm kind of really turned on by you kind of thing. And that's like their dynamic. And he's so interesting because he's a psychopath and like knows he's a psychopath, and he's like, I need to like think about other people's feelings because I just like don't. So he's like adapted to learn to read people and how they're feeling because he doesn't understand. And I was like, this is so interesting. It's very info dumpy with the characters. I feel like I need a like family tree, but overall so far it's really good. I am enjoying it. So we're gonna read some more. Hello. I'm trying to find like good lighting in here, and this is working now. I am 65% into God of Malice, and I am really enjoying it. For context though, it's 3:30. I've just been chilling today. I took a couple content stuff for TikTok. I filmed a couple of those, and I took a couple photos for Instagram. I have just been like taking it easy today. I finished an entire brew made of water. Look at me go. I'm gonna have another water this afternoon. And but God of Malice, I really like it. He is definitely a psychopath character. However, there's not a lot of plot. So typically there's like some kind of external thing going on, but couldn't even tell you. Oh, the heroine's an artist. I was like, I couldn't even tell you what the heroine's majoring at school is. She's an artist. Like, we never see her go to class. We never see him go to class, and he's studying to be a doctor. To be fair, he's a genius, so he doesn't need to really like go to school, but like nothing externally is happening. It's so focused on them, except for when like her brothers find out like that she's seeing him, and then they go, well, the one goes like crazy. But I would like a little bit more of like something happening. Like, there's no danger lurking except for like the hero, and like nothing, they're like, there's no conflict other than the romance, and I would love for a little bit more plot to this romance. That's my concern so far. I do really like the spice. I like the heroine. I like how she's so into him and like trying to fight it, and that he's just like, you're never gonna love me, but like I'm never gonna let you go. And she's like, but I kind of am falling in love with you. So excited to see him like kind of break and realize that he really does love her. So we will see how that goes. I am enjoying it, and it's very like, even though the first scene was super non-con, like she is super into that kind of romance. She even talks about a moment when she was with her friends and they all like kind of were talking about their deepest desires when it comes to like sexually, and she really said exactly what Killian's giving her. So that's something that she likes, and so it doesn't feel as like taboo, I guess, because it's super consensual now, because she just likes it. And yeah, that's really all I have to update you on. We're gonna finish this book and then go from there. Hello everybody, I'm here because I am done with this vlog. I finished my last book technically this morning, but I had like 10 pages left this morning. I did finish God of Malice, and I'm giving it 4 stars. I actually really like the romance. I just wish there was a little bit more plot to it, because like I said, it was just them. And I feel like we didn't get a lot of school. I will say, when I made that last comment though, it was like 60%, and we had her actually like attending a class, but it was just like a professor displaying her work for the class. And I was like, oh, like I would like a little bit more of like, okay, what is she trying to do? Like, what are her goals? What does she want out of life? Like, I have no idea about her character except for her past. And I feel like very similar to the hero too. Like, they really harped on their past. Obviously they had trauma and were like trying to overcome their past, but I wanted a little bit more like forward-moving plot direction, if that makes sense. But really liked how gone he was for her. There were so many good quotes where he was just like, I'm insane, but like, you keep me sane, kind of. And I did really like that, and I feel like her liking him made sense too, so I loved that as well. And it honestly could have been darker in my opinion. Like, he was so adamant that he didn't want to kill anybody because he was worried he would like become a serial killer, so he just never killed anybody. And so I expected it to like go a little further, especially after reading the Edge of Darkness trilogy. It didn't go in that direction, which surprised me, but still really solid, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I do think there's way too many characters. I didn't realize though that his brother is in Kiss the Villain, Gareth, so that's exciting because that book comes out soon. So yeah, that is my thought on God of Malice. Really enjoyed it, definitely recommend. God of Fury is still my favorite so far, so we'll see where all the others fall, and I would love to reread God of Fury after reading like everybody else's. I don't know how I feel about like the parents getting chapters. I feel like that's more like nostalgia for the people who have read the other books, but I haven't read the Royal Elite series. I just didn't like the first one, so high school bullies not really my thing. I heard one in there is one I would like, but haven't read those. But overall, really solid dark romance, and I had so much fun. Oh, and I did get my watch. Look how pretty it is. I'm so excited. So it came yesterday, but I ordered a screen protector because the biggest complaint I saw was it scratches easily. So haven't opened it just yet because I'm gonna put it on immediately as soon as I open it, and I want to put the screen protector on to protect it. So it's exciting, but I have to go film some videos, and I've already started another vlog. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want any more, if there's a different like subgenre you want me to do with this, where I just like look at TikTok and see what they're recommending based on that genre. Let me know, and all the books will be linked down below. If you've made it this far, what is a good dark romance emoji? What about like the falling rose? There's a rose that's like wilted. Leave that one for me. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.